Are you an investor looking for premium market opportunities? Presenting premium and exclusive service for investors by Kalkine.
Leaders of the Group of 20 or G20 nations opened talks on Tuesday on the island of Bali, with a plea by host Indonesia for unity and concrete action to mend the global economy despite deep rifts over the war in Ukraine. Indonesian President Joko Widodo stated that collaboration is needed to save the world and that the G20 must be utilised as a catalyst for inclusive economic recovery. The G20, which includes countries ranging from Brazil to India, Saudi Arabia and Germany, accounts for more than 80% of the world's gross domestic product, 75% of international trade and 60% of its population. A positive sign on the eve of the summit was a 3-hour bilateral meeting between US President Joe Biden and Chinese leader Xi Jinping, in which the two leaders pledged more frequent communications despite their many differences. Monday's meeting was the first time the two had met in person since Biden became president, and the talks appeared to signal an improvement in relations between the superpowers after a downward spiral which has occurred over recent months. The Ukraine war and a global spike in inflation is overshadowing the summit, the first time the meeting is being held since Russia's February invasion of its neighbour. The invasion triggered calls by some Western leaders for a boycott of the summit and for the withdrawal of Russian President Vladimir Putin's invitation. Indonesia resisted, refusing to withdraw Putin's invitation, and also rejecting what Indonesian sources say has been pressure from G7 nations to condemn Russia at the summit this week. Russia has said Putin was too busy to attend the summit, with Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov taking his place. Lavrov dismissed a news agency report on Monday that he had been taken to hospital in Bali with a heart condition and was present at the meeting. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky addressed the summit via video link, according to a tweet by the EU's ambassador in Indonesia. A joint G20 communique, which would need to be agreed by all parties, appears unlikely, with Indonesia instead pushing for a leaders' declaration. However, European Council President Charles Michel said there was an agreement among officials on a text communique on Monday evening, which he described as positive. G20 leaders will denounce the use of, or any threat to use, nuclear weapons, according to an early draft seen by Reuters. However, such a communique would need to be confirmed by the leaders. The G20 ministers' gatherings have failed to produce joint communiques due to disagreement between Russia and other members on language, including on how to describe the war in Ukraine. But what are your thoughts on the G20 summit so far? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and share the video. For more content, you can subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. I'm James Preston, reporting for Kalkine Media.